Alright guys, so I know normally that I'm normally testing products from Amazon and Wish. So today we're going to be testing 5 different things from Harbor Freight. We're going to see how they hold up. So the first thing that we're going to try is super scissors. Now they conveniently put the scissors over top of all the pictures of the things that the scissors are supposed to do, so you can't really see them, but it does say here on the bottom that these are the last pair of scissors that you'll ever have to buy. And under that it says made in China. It has a picture of it says kitchen, can't tell what they're doing, garden, utility. The utility part, it does, I know you can't see it because the picture is so bad, but it looks like they're cutting like a nail or something. And then it says electrical. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So let's go ahead and give these a whirl. These look a lot like the safety scissors that like paramedics would use, because they don't have like a point, so you can't like stab anything with them. They actually feel like they might be kind of legit. Let's try something super simple. Like cut paper. We can probably even, some of you probably remember whenever you were kids, you would make like little like snowflakes. I cut through that no problem. I'm actually impressed. These actually it's not a snowflake, but they cut through all the layers of paper, so that's really all we're going for. So far they seem all right. So let's move on to something a little bit tougher than paper. I have a piece of 550 paracord. Okay, it'll cut it, but only if you find that certain spot will it cut it. That seems to be a common thing with scissors, and I don't know why. There always seems to be one little sweet spot that'll cut things. Okay, so they do alright at that. Not the greatest. So let's try a bigger rope. I don't know how thick this rope is. I think it is somewhere around a 1/2 inch, something like that. Okay, that's impressive. I did not expect that. Ooh, right after I just got done complimenting it. Again, you gotta find that sweet spot. I gotta admit that this is better than what I expected. I really expected to have to kind of like chew through this big of a rope, especially because these scissors were only like maybe $3 or something. They're very cheap. All right, so they do pretty good with that. That's way better than I expected. So one of the things that they showed on the package of these scissors was them cutting a pop can. I don't think that's very impressive. Just a normal pair of scissors can cut a pop can, but we'll go ahead and do it just to prove the concept, I guess. Surprise, surprise. Aluminum is very easy to cut. Let's try cutting through like some of this harder part. Now that's kind of surprising. They cut right through that. Let's go for this part down here. I'm beginning to get more and more impressed. I did not think they would do that easily. So I've seen other pairs of like not super scissors or just super strong scissors that are like this style that have been able to cut a penny in half. So we'll go ahead and try that. No chance. Maybe if I hold it the right way. Yeah, there's just no chance of that at all. There's just not enough grip. Oh, maybe. Ooh, I think I might have got it actually. Well, I don't know where the other half went, but that's half of a penny. Yeah, here's the other half. So even though it was kind of difficult, what kept happening was the penny would kind of flip sideways and it would just kind of like pry the jaws apart. But I guess once it got a good bite on it, cut it right in half. So next, let's move on to something that it shouldn't be able to do. I have just a regular drywall nail. See if we can cut this in half. Same problem as the penny. It's gonna split the jaws apart. Let's try this. Let's try putting it into a piece of wood. And then now, we should be able to hold it at the right angle. I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna give it all I got. Oh, now I'm gonna break the scissors. All right, let me go for one more good squeeze. Oh. Okay. I actually snapped the metal. How did I break the metal of the scissors? Am I that powerful? I thought that I would just crack like the plastic handle, but no, the actual like metal is broke. I guess that's our limit. Right there you can see that the actual metal is what's snapped off. So the next thing we're going to be testing is Doyle 8-inch side cutters. As far as I know, Pittsburgh is supposed to be the house brand of Harbor Freight, but I couldn't find any Pittsburgh side cutters that were worth anything. The only ones that I could find that were Pittsburgh brand were like real small and they were almost like the size of like fingernail clippers. I don't know if Doyle is like the new house brand of Harbor Freight or whatever. This is all I could find for side cutters. So we're not only going to be testing them, we're going to be testing them against the greatest side cutters to ever be made, which if you use side cutters, you know that the best ones are Knipex. We'll compare Harbor Freight to the best ones ever made, and we'll see how they hold up. Now I think I'm going to need these to get these out of the package. I've already paid you for it. I shouldn't have to fight you for it. Packaging these days, you shouldn't have to fight them to get your product out that you already paid for. First thing, as soon as I just took these out of the package, first thing I noticed about these is you see these Knipex? See how easy they are to work back and forth? These, while they still are easy to work back and forth, these I can feel much more resistance whenever I'm working these back and forth. And that gets kind of annoying whenever you're working these things with one hand, because your hand's gonna get tired. Where with these, you can just work them all day. So that's strike one, but that's not really too important. Let's see how they cut. We're gonna start off first with just basic drywall nails. See how they cut it? Oh, I guess it like discolored the edge. I thought it chipped the edge for a second, so it cut it pretty alright. Nothing too exciting there. See how these cut it? They cut it with a much more forceful snap. I give them that. Alright, let's move on to something a little bit bigger. Now, we have regular sinker nails. I'm gonna cut these a couple times so I can get a good feel for it. Wow. I'm not even gonna be able to do this with one hand. I can't cut it with one hand. Oh. That took a lot of pressure. That took way more pressure than I think that it should have. Let's see how the Knipex does. See if I can do it with one hand. Oh no. No! I can feel it sinking in there. I'm making progress. I'm not gonna make it. Okay, I can't lie, this is harder than the Doyle. Wow. This is not making Knipex look good. that doesn't feel right. I should have clarified that these Knipex are brand new. I bought these specific for this video. These are a pair of Knipex that I've had for years, but these have a 10-inch handle, so they have a little bit more leverage. I just want to cut this nail with these and just see if it's that much harder, or just see if there's a difference. Oh, I mean, it's tough. It ain't easy. That was way easier. It makes me wonder if if there's something different about the older style Knipex compared to the newer style, because that was way easier, even with two hands. Let's do it again. About the same as last time. This is tough. I don't know what's going on with these. These newer Knipex must be something different about them. Jeez. I mean, I'm putting everything I got into this. I am disappointed. I need to take an old pair of Knipex that have been used for like, I think I bought these things maybe 4 years ago. These old ones just, the evidence doesn't lie. So I'm not gonna lie, I expected those nails that we just cut, I expected to literally just be able to, like, just one hand snip them, because I had cut them before with the 10-inch ones, just, you know, snip them real fast. So I figured, you know, these would be the same thing, just cut them and then we'd go on to the next thing. And the next thing was gonna be these giant nails, which I thought would still not really be a problem, would still be kind of a challenge. I don't think we're gonna be able to cut through these. I'm gonna try. I just don't see this happening. Unless these nails are really soft, which I don't think they are. Yeah, that's just, this ain't happening. No way. Maybe if I go like this. No chance. The edge is just barely dug in. Just for fun, we'll try these. Not a chance. No way. All right, so what about just for fun? Break out the old Knipex, see what they can do. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. False alarm. Yeah, that was just a false alarm. They did. I know you probably can't see it. They did not dig in any deeper than the other two. Let's go on to this, which this might be too much now. Didn't expect that. So this is a 3/16 thick, 6 foot, 840 pound working load wire rope security cable. So the important part is that it is galvanized and it is 3/16 of an inch thick. Now let's see if we can cut it. Oh, we should be able to cut this pretty easy. Maybe not. Really? I mean, it like kind of fractured it. That's literally all I got. Let's go to the other side. Try the Knipex. Maybe they won't let us down this time. Maybe they will. You know what really sucks about these? This handle has a little curve to it. And this one is kind of straight. These old ones, well, now I look like an idiot. These old ones have that same curve. I guess I just don't feel it as much. Never mind. Oh! Something happened. Jeez. I might be able to get it off of there, but this is ridiculous. These things can't cut anything like I thought they would. Let's go down here on the cable with these old ones. Wow. I mean, that was much easier. Well, this is kind of a disaster. I severely overestimated what these things could cut. But overall, I have to give it to them. I think these Doyle side cutters are better than the Knipex, at least in these little tests that I did. There might be something that the Knipex can do better, but the only advantage that I think the Knipex is gonna have is that I think these will probably last pretty much forever, and they'll cut this same, they'll cut with this same effortlessness, if that even makes sense, for like a lifetime, versus these will probably do good for maybe like a couple years and then they'll go dull. I don't really know that for sure. That's just my estimation. It's just my guess. But yeah, so these Doyle side cutters, these actually hold up a lot better than I thought. So next on the list, ironically, since we just got done with all that, is we have these 11.5-inch super power snips. It has a bunch of jargon on here. It says general purpose compound action snips with self-opening jaws, offer double pivot design for 50% less hand force and double the leverage, and blah 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 blah. Hopefully I don't have to fight the package too much. There we go. Why couldn't that happen earlier? So I guess this like double jointed action that we got going on here, I guess this is what they mean by however they worded it, double jawed or whatever. I don't know if you can hear that. They have that classic like scissor sound. Typically snips that are this big aren't gonna really have something like that, but it's a good sign. Let's see if they can do something real delicate, like cut a piece of paper. I actually did not expect that. Usually stuff like big jaws like this, usually they can't do fine little delicate cuts. Let's fold this up, see if you'll cut this. Okay. It's nice. Let's go ahead and try the paracord. Ah, see? It cuts it, kinda. This isn't really what it's made for, but it'll do it. Let's go ahead and try the big rope. Also not what it's made for, but oh, the jaws don't really quite open big enough to fit something really big in here. Oh. Okay, so it'll do it, but not recommended. Let's go ahead and go to our nail, our little drywall nail. I would expect it to do this no problem. It's not going to do it. It's going to split the jaws open. No, it did do it. I don't know where it went. Okay, let's go up a step. Let's try this bigger nail. Get both hands in here. Try to keep it where you can see it. It just rolled it sideways. And I think it damaged the blade a little bit. Kind of works a little rough now. You know, before we've ruined the blade doing that stuff, let's do this. So, we'll try the pop can. Obviously no problem. We'll try this part. Good. So this is more along the lines of what this is for. This type, like cutting this type of stuff. This is just 22 gauge sheet metal. Let's go ahead and see how it handles this. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Oh, look at that. Whenever you're cutting, there's not really a good way to keep cutting forward. And you can do it with one hand. Now granted, well, kind of with one hand. It still takes a lot. I'll try to get it with one hand. It's hard to do it with one hand. Okay, so they work. They cut sheet metal like they're supposed to. They cut, you know, things like they're supposed to. Let's try this cable that we could not cut with anything else. See if this can do it. It's literally gonna roll the... Yeah, it's just gonna roll it. Why does it do that? You can't really cut much of anything with these. You can cut paper, which why would you want to cut paper with these like giant snips? You can cut sheet metal, but like not great and not very good. You can cut like a little piece of something. It's not big enough to fit any big piece of rope. You can't really cut like nails or like anything that you'd use a side cutter for. This is like in the like a weird middle ground that like doesn't really serve a purpose. And they kind of are made bad. They just kind of like roll. They just kind of fail whenever it counts the most. Like if I needed to cut this really, really, really bad, I'm not gonna be able to do it with these because it's just gonna roll. And this is like, this type of stuff should be what this is able to cut. So if you see these at Harbor Freight, I would steer clear of these. All right, so this next one is not really a tool, and I really only bought it because I'm really 10 years old on the inside. This is a miniature drone, specifically a pocket air drone quadcopter that says it's easy to fly, 360 flips and tricks. So that sounds right up my alley. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of already know how to fly it a little bit. I took it out, charged it, made sure it worked. Had a little bit of fun. So, and for about the 10 minutes that I did get to fly it before I had to charge it again, this thing is actually really fun. It's actually really cool and totally worth the price. It's like $10 or something. There we go. All right, let's see. Oh. Now. Oh, don't get too wild now. Now you can do flips with it by click this button and then like move it in whichever direction you want. It'll automatically do tricks. So like you don't have to even be like skilled or anything to do tricks. Let's see if I can show you that. I'm not that good. I'm not that good of a drone flyer. Just so you know. See? Oh man, I lost it. So you can do that. You can do, let's do a back flip or a front flip. Front flip. Oh no. And then stuff like that happens. So I just kind of wanted to throw that in here real fast because I saw it at Harbor Freight. Didn't even know that they sold these things, and it's actually a lot of fun. So if you're at Harbor Freight and you see one of these, I highly recommend picking it up. And last but not least, we have a 8-inch survival knife. Looks like it has a couple little things in it. We'll test them out, see how they do. Okay. I'm assuming that this is going to be extremely cheap steel. I don't think it even says what kind of steel it is. I'm sure it's probably just Chinese steel. The sheath is kind of alright, I guess. This actually feels pretty sharp. Before we do anything, let's do a little paper test. After I just got done saying that it's sharp. Really, I swear, when you feel it, it feels sharp. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe it's not that sharp. Let's go ahead and do a sharpness test. Okay, so it showed up 435 grams, which that's in the category of an edge that is in need of maintenance. So not too sharp, but probably sharp enough to do a little bit of damage. So let's check out. This is supposed to be like a survival kit / knife all in one. Let's see what we have in here. Really? It's like stuck in there. Oh, I think I got it. Really? This is it? Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. Okay, a fishing line with a little tiny hook on it, a little striker pad for the matches. This is a sewing kit with buttons. Why in a survival situation would I need to sew a button onto something? Like, am I gonna be out here like in the woods just like about to die and I'm gonna think, I really wish this shirt had a button on it and I'm gonna sew up a button? That doesn't make any sense. Get that out of here. Get rid of that. Let's see if these matches work. Ooh. No, I don't really have a way. I don't have any place to fish where I can test this little fishing hook out. This is, what kind of garbage is this? I don't think it says what test this fishing line is, but this stuff feels like almost like rubbery, like plastic. I'm gonna wrap around a couple nails and try to pull it apart. Maybe like 5 to 8 pounds, maybe 10 pounds at most. Very, very, very small hook. This is probably gonna be like for bluegill or something. So this line probably would work for that. In a survival kit, come on, give us more than like 8-pound test. That's kind of ridiculous. So let's just focus on the important stuff, the important thing, which is this knife. First, let's do a classic test that we always do with knives around here. See if we can cut a water bottle in half. Here we go. That has to be one of the worst water bottle cuts with a knife that I've ever done on this channel. So, it looks like, I found this. It looks like it did cut it in half. I don't know why it launched it so far if it cut it in half. So I don't normally do this, but I'm actually gonna give it another shot. We're gonna try it out here. We're gonna go again. Same story. So this time it actually didn't quite make it all the way through. That's honestly, for something brand new out of the box, it's honestly kind of pathetic. Obviously if you're gonna be surviving with this thing, you're gonna be doing a lot of chopping and I guess a little bit of sawing. This saw in the back kind of seems like it might be alright, kind of seems like it might not be alright. So when we first did the sharpness test, it was 435. I wanna see, just with a little bit of chopping and maybe some sawing and whatever, I just want to see how dull the blade gets, just over a small amount of time. So let's just chop this thing up. It almost feels like something is like getting loose or something. I think we're holding up pretty good, actually. Let's try this saw. Okay, this saw sucks. Really bad. Yeah, you're not sawing through anything with this. Let's just stick to chopping. What if we do this? Stick it in here. There we go. Stick it in there real deep. See what happens. Oh, we lifted up the whole table. Yeah. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's it's bent pretty bad. I mean, it's bent pretty crooked, but it didn't break. All right, let's see how sharp it is. So here we are, the final test. We're gonna do the sharpness tester, see where we ended up after all that abuse. We were at 435 to start. Okay, now we're at 445. I actually wasn't expecting this. I truly thought that we would be somewhere around like 600, 700, 800. This thing has actually kept an edge pretty nice. I honestly mentally wasn't really prepared to say anything good about this thing. I figured it was going to be trash because it's only like an $8, I think it's $8 or $11. I guess as it turns out, the $8 or $11 Harbor Freight survival knife, I mean, I wouldn't try to survive with it, obviously, but for what it is, it's not that bad. Whatever steel this is that they use, it kind of bends rather than breaks, which would be nice. I mean, the proof is in the pudding right here. Even though we just did a small amount of tests, we didn't lose that much sharpness. I mean, 10 grams, exactly 10 grams, really isn't all that much. So that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.